58%. That's how far one famous luxury brand's sales just collapsed, and its dealers are quietly panicking. But here's what nobody's telling you. It's not the only one. Right now, showrooms are full of six-figure SUVs salespeople can't give away, models bleeding value so fast the dealer would rather you drove off in almost anything else. I spent years watching these roll through the shop. Today I'm counting down 5 luxury SUVs dealers are desperate to unload, and the trap hiding inside each one. The last one is the worst offender I've ever seen. Let's get into it. Number 5, the Audi Q8 e-tron. Let me start with the one that's breaking hearts on trade-in day. The Audi Q8 e-tron is a genuinely lovely electric SUV. Quiet, plush, beautifully built, exactly what you'd expect from Audi. And it is hemorrhaging money faster than almost anything else on 4 wheels. I had a guy come by the shop last winter, sharp guy, financial planner of all things, asking me to look over a used Q8 e-tron he'd found. He'd seen the price and thought the listing had a typo. It didn't. He showed me the window sticker history. This thing left the showroom in 2024 at $83,000. He was looking at it, barely 2 years old, with about 20,000 miles, priced at $38,000. He asked me, "Is something wrong with it?" And I told him the truth. No, nothing's wrong with it. That's just what a luxury EV is worth now. Here's the brutal math. Industry data shows a 2024 Q8 Sportback e-tron dropping from around $83,000 to roughly $37,000 in about 3 years. That's more than half the value gone before the tires are worn out. Kelley Blue Book models the thing losing close to $50,000 over 5 years of ownership. And the Q8 e-tron isn't even alone in the ditch. The Jaguar F-Pace loses around 2/3 of its value in 4 years. The BMW iX shed roughly half its sticker by year 3. When the federal EV tax credit ended, used luxury EV prices fell off a cliff, and dealers got caught holding inventory that's worth less every single morning. Why are dealers desperate to move these? Because an electric SUV is a depreciating asset with a shelf life. Every year, the new models add range and charging speed, which makes last year's battery look ancient on paper. A dealer sitting on a 2-year-old luxury EV knows it's worth less next month than it is today, so they'll deal hard to get it off the lot. Now here's where it flips, and this is the part your dealer won't volunteer. If you're the second owner, this depreciation can actually work for you. You let the first buyer eat the $40,000 loss, and you buy a genuinely premium EV for the price of a loaded Honda. But you buy it with your eyes open. Get a battery health report before you sign anything. That's the whole ball game on a used EV. Check that the car has plenty of factory warranty left, because out-of-warranty EV repairs are eye-watering. And be honest about your charging situation at home. Buy it right and you win. Buy it blind and you become the next guy standing on a lot asking a mechanic why it's so cheap. That's number 5. This next one might be the prettiest money pit on the road. Number 4, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. I have a soft spot for this one, which is exactly why it hurts to put it on the list. The Alfa Romeo Stelvio drives like nothing else in its class. It's got the soul of a sports car crammed into a family crossover, that Italian steering feel, that snarl. People call it a budget Porsche Macan, and behind the wheel, they're not wrong. It starts about $10,000 under a comparable Macan, and it corners like it's angry about something. So why do dealers can't wait to get rid of it? 2 words: depreciation and doubt. Let me give you the numbers because they're rough. IC Cars pegs the Stelvio at a 58% value loss over 5 years, well worse than the luxury compact SUV average. Some sources have it even harsher. Kelley Blue Book shows a 2023 Stelvio that dropped around 56% in just 2 to 3 years, which puts it in the bottom quartile for depreciation among all SUVs its age. And here's the kicker for a bargain hunter. A 2018 Stelvio Quadrifoglio, the hot rod version that stickered north of $81,000 new, can now be had for around $24,000. That's not a discount. That's a demolition. The reason the market prices these so cheap is the reliability reputation. Fair or not, Alfa Romeo carries the ghost of its old image, and buyers remember it. The electronics can be temperamental, and out-of-warranty Italian parts and specialist labor aren't cheap. A dealer taking a Stelvio in on trade knows the average shopper will walk right past it toward a Lexus or an Acura, so they price it to move and hope. Here's the honest take. If you love driving, and I mean you actually care how a car feels in a corner, a used Stelvio is one of the most car you can buy for the money right now. But treat it like the enthusiast car it is, not an appliance. Buy one with complete service records, no exceptions, budget for an extended warranty or a healthy repair fund. And know that when you go to sell it, you'll take the same haircut the last owner did. The Stelvio is a fantastic car to own and a terrible car to profit from. Dealers know that. Now you do too. Speaking of terrible to own, this next one is legendary for it. Number 3, the Land Rover Range Rover and Range Rover Sport. Now we're getting to the heavy hitters. The Range Rover is, without argument, one of the most desirable luxury SUVs ever built. It's got presence, capability, and a badge that means something in every parking lot in America. It is also, statistically, one of the fastest ways to set fire to a pile of money that has ever been invented. Let me tell you what I've seen firsthand, because this isn't second-hand internet chatter. I've watched Range Rovers roll in with air suspension failures that run $4,000 and up. I've seen timing chain jobs where the cylinder head work alone crossed $11,000. And these aren't freak events. RepairPal rates the Range Rover a 2.0 out of 5.0 for reliability, near the bottom of its entire segment, with something like a 19% chance of a severe problem. The average annual repair bill lands around $1,250, roughly double what a normal vehicle costs to keep running. Even a routine oil change at the dealer runs $300 to $350. Now, stack the depreciation on top. CarEdge estimates a Range Rover can lose 63 to as much as 74% of its value in 5 years. Think about that. A $150,000 SUV becoming a $50,000 SUV, while it's simultaneously trying to hand you $11,000 repair bills. The Range Rover Sport isn't far behind, roughly 64% gone in 5 years on some model years. So why is the dealer desperate to move it? Because a used Range Rover just past its factory warranty is a liability with wheels. The salespeople understand exactly what's coming for the next owner once that coverage runs out, and they want it off their lot before it becomes their problem, or worse, before it comes back as a warranty claim. Even Jaguar Land Rover's own executives have publicly admitted their warranty costs are stubbornly high. Here's my straight advice. If you want a Range Rover, and I understand the pull, buy it new or certified with a bumper-to-bumper warranty and lease it or sell it before that warranty ends. Let it be somebody else's headache the moment the coverage lapses. The one thing you do not do ever is buy a Range Rover with 80 or 90,000 miles because the price looks like a steal. That price isn't a steal. It's a warning label. The market has learned, the hard way, exactly what these cost to keep alive. That's number 3. This next one, the dealer isn't just desperate. The manufacturer basically abandoned it. Number 2, the Jaguar F-Pace. This one is genuinely sad because the F-Pace is a good SUV. It's handsome, it drives beautifully, and for years it was Jaguar's best-selling vehicle by a mile. But right now, it might be the single most orphaned luxury SUV in America, and that changes everything about what it's worth. Here's what happened, and you need the whole story. Jaguar decided to blow up its entire business and reinvent itself as an ultra-premium electric-only brand. To do that, it stopped building its existing lineup. The F-Type is gone. The XF is gone. The E-Pace, the I-Pace, gone. Jaguar built the last of its old range near the end of 2025, and in a lot of markets simply stopped taking orders as far back as 2024. The result was almost cartoonish. In Europe, Jaguar's sales fell 97.5% year over year at one point. In 1 month, April 2025, the entire continent bought 49 Jaguars, not 49,000, 49. In the US, the collapse was slower but just as real. Jaguar sold about 40,000 vehicles in 1917. By 2021, that was down to 17,000, and by 2022, it slipped under 10,000. Today, most Jaguar dealers have fewer than 10 new cars on the lot, and some have none at all. So think about what that does to a used F-Pace. You're looking at a mid-size luxury SUV from a brand that just publicly announced it's walking away from everything that car represents. The new electric vehicles coming are targeting a $100,000 plus buyer who has nothing to do with the F-Pace owner. Would you pay strong money for a $70,000 SUV when the manufacturer itself has lost faith in it? Neither will the next buyer. That's why dealers are desperate. They know the resale floor is falling out, and they know the service and parts network for these cars is uncertain going forward. Here's the nuance, though, because there's always a nuance. The F-Pace shares a lot of its mechanicals with Land Rover, so it carries some of the same repair cost baggage I just warned you about. But if you find a clean, low-mileage F-Pace with warranty remaining, priced like the orphan it is, and you have a good independent European specialist you trust, it can be a lot of luxury for shockingly little money. Just understand, you are buying a car whose maker has already said goodbye. Go in expecting weak resale and a thinner support network, price accordingly, and it can work. Pay retail hoping it holds value, and you'll be the one desperate to unload it in 2 years. Before I get to number 1, if this kind of straight talk is saving you from a 5-figure mistake, do me a favor and hit subscribe. I've got more videos coming on the luxury cars that quietly destroy your net worth and the few that are actually worth it. Now, number 1, and this is the one that started this whole conversation. Number 1, the Maserati, Levante, and Grecale. This is the 58%. This is the brand whose collapse made the headline. And when you see the full picture, you'll understand why every Maserati dealer in the country is quietly sweating. Let me lay out the numbers, because they're staggering. Maserati's modern high point was 2017, when the brand moved somewhere around 51,000 cars worldwide, carried largely by the Ghibli sedan and the Levante SUV. For a few years after, it held steady, hovering near 25,000 a year. Then the floor gave way. Sales fell to roughly 26,000 in 2023, then 11,000 in 2024, and Stellantis reported around 7,900 for its 2025 fiscal year. That is a 58% collapse in the span of about 2 years, and the worst result the brand has posted since 2012. To put it in perspective, Porsche has sold more 911s in the US alone than Maserati sold cars in the entire world. Now, the two vehicles at the center of this. The Levante was Maserati's big SUV, the volume hero, and it's now been discontinued, which is a problem all its own. And the Grecale, the smaller crossover launched in 2022, was supposed to be the savior. It shares its bones with the Alfa Romeo Stelvio I told you about earlier, and it was meant to bring in real volume. Instead, demand fizzled after its first full year, and Stellantis is now literally reduced to selling them almost one at a time. Here's why your dealer is desperate. New Grecales are stacking up. Roughly a third of Maserati's inventory at one point was made up of previous year models just sitting there. A Grecale GT stickers around $96,000, and it has to compete against a Porsche Macan that most buyers consider the better, more proven vehicle. So the new ones don't move, and the used ones are a bloodbath. That discontinued Levante that cost $90,000 or more new, you can find clean used examples now in the low to mid 30,000s. A 2021 Levante for around $33,000. Even low mileage recent ones taking enormous hits. The dealer taking one of these on trade is holding an asset that's melting in their hands. And here's the trap that makes it worse than any other car on this list. Depreciation is only half the pain. The other half is what happens after you own it. Maserati just severed its long relationship with Ferrari for engines. The brand's own future is openly in question, with rumors swirling about whether Stellantis even keeps it. When a luxury manufacturer is fighting for its life, that's exactly when you don't want to own an out-of-warranty version of its most complex product, because parts, specialists, and support all get harder and more expensive right when you need them most. So let me give you the real inspection reality on these. First, do not touch one without full, documented service history from a proper Maserati specialist. Second, buy only with substantial factory warranty remaining, and honestly, consider whether you can extend it, because post-warranty ownership is where these get scary. Third, price in the resale. Whatever you pay, assume you'll take a brutal loss when you sell, the same loss the current owner is trying to hand to you. And fourth, be brutally honest with yourself about why you want it. If it's the badge and the sound and the Italian drama, and you're buying it cheap with your eyes wide open, treating it as a toy and not an investment, a used Maserati can be an intoxicating thing to own for not much money. But that's the whole point of this video. These 5 aren't cheap because the dealer is being generous. They're cheap because the market has already priced in the pain, and the dealer is trying to move that pain onto you before it becomes their loss. The Maserati is the purest example there is. A 58% sales collapse isn't bad luck. It's the market telling you something. Listen to it. So there they are. 5 luxury SUVs dealers are desperate to unload. The Audi Q8 e-tron, losing half its value before it's broken in. The Alfa Romeo Stelvio, gorgeous to drive and merciless on your wallet. The Range Rover, a 2 out of 5 for reliability that eats $11,000 repairs for breakfast. The orphaned Jaguar F-Pace, abandoned by the brand that built it. And the Maserati Levante and Grecale, the 58% collapse that headlines the entire story. Every one of them can be bought smart. If you know the trap going in, now you do. If you want to know which luxury SUVs actually hold their value and won't bankrupt you, I made a whole video on that one, and it's right here. Hit like if this saved you from a bad decision, subscribe for more of the truth the showroom won't tell you, and I'll see you in the next one. Drive smart, buy smarter, and never let a desperate dealer make their problem your problem.